Good morning. I still have to show the disclaimer just to make sure. So let me just do that before we continue. Just 1 second. I think my audio is still on, so you can hear me. And YouTube cannot. Oh my. Hey. Good morning. I still have to show the disclaimer. Yeah. The sound, because I had some sound issues. I don't know. I've got monkeys on top of my roof, so you'll hear that. They're jumping up and down, so I'm sorry about that. Living in the bush. Yeah, I just have to make sure that they don't come in and steal my fruit. I just moved to the little kitchen. There's a kitchen here as well. So, but anyway, you can hear them. Boy, just have to be mindful that they might come in. Just have to be. I never did a broadcast from here, and everything is open, so I just have to. So well, anyway, you might see a monkey pop up here, so don't be too surprised. Anyway, let's get into it. Good morning. So yesterday's stream was quite interesting. I entered a long, and then I was no. I'm still thinking it was going to go down, and it did go down in the PM session, but it just didn't touch that level on couple of points. So I'm very interested either to see a manipulation to still go down into that level. Let me show you the level that I was looking at. So that's still on my radar. Switch on. I'm sorry about the noise, guys, but it's the monkeys on the roof. They're very cute. They're very playful. So this is the opening range gap from yesterday, right? And I had this area marked with 25%. Why? That's also on the 4 hour. It was exactly the midpoint or the one-third level of an order block, and it matched up with also a higher time frame wick, which I consider the rejection blocker. So this level had my interest because it matched three different things in exactly the same area. And as you can see, it's also the midnight is below here. But you can see it went, so in this area, we were sort of like trying to get long, and then so I got out. And I said, no, it doesn't feel right to me because I still have this area in my head. But price action was really shit, and it did go down. I stopped the stream somewhere around here, I think, because I thought, okay, we're not going to have much movement anymore. So it did go down, but it didn't go further down than 759, 759.50. And I said, I want to see 757 hits. But this is still a level for me that is a clear level. It might go down all the way into this gap now, but it could just, because it's such a significant level, it could just have a spike, because it just didn't tap it, right? And always, when it doesn't reach, if you have a specific level and you really think, okay, that's a level that is a clear liquidity point or something like that, keep it in mind, because it's just going to, because it just left it out on 3 points, right? So it's going to go back to that. But then again, it could also just go back and go all the way through it to the midpoint. So, yeah, I'm going to switch this one off. So that was yesterday's price action. Hey, SMC Churcher, good to see you. How are you doing? So I'm trading my live now. Yesterday, have a good day, 400 points. Very clean model. There's a lot of noise here because there's monkeys going up. I'm sure you can hear this. There's some monkeys going up and down my roof. So they're very playful now. Oh gosh, these are very sweet. They're not the baboons that go into a raid or something. They steal an apple and they're off. So if they get the chance, uh, but anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this week. I was just saying, I don't know if you heard me, this was a level that I had on my charts yesterday, exactly this, and it didn't go back down into, it just didn't take it out on a few ticks. I was expecting it to go down at some point, but it was very hard price action to read. Well, not really hard, but it was just very annoying. just creating liquidity, right? And it did take out all the liquidity now, or it's taking it out. If you're in London, I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish on the higher time frame. But I do want to see a little bit more manipulation to the downside, to be honest. So that makes it a little bit hard for me to frame a good trade, to be honest, at the moment. So how are you doing? Did you trade anything? Because I know you were waiting. You didn't do anything last week, right? Did you have a good trade yesterday? Or are you also not just, are you waiting for the weekly profile to be more, to give a little bit more insight? I'm very bored with this PA. Yeah. Yeah, you like the large distribution. So you hear this, right, you guys? Um, I mean, it cannot be unheard. I'm sorry about the noise, but you know, it's nature. Our windows are open, so no trades this week, I think. Well, we do have news coming Wednesday, Thursday. I'm curious if we're going to get a Thursday low, a Tuesday low. I'm a little bit distracted, guy. I'm sorry because it's a little bit distracted because of the monkeys. They're really loud. The mic is sort of like a noise canceling, so you might hear a little bit. I'm sure you hear something, but it's oh, there they are. I'm just gonna close one door because I just want to make sure they don't come in. Hold on. I see you. I see you. No, no, no. You. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I have an issue here at the house at the moment. I didn't sleep well. There's some kind of vibration or movement since a week, and it's just constant, and it's sort of like really making me nauseated, even to a certain point. So I didn't sleep well. We're trying to figure out where it's coming from. I think it's from the neighbor system. So yeah, it's very, very, very annoying. But you know, can you guys hear this jumping up and down? I mean, it's very loud, to be honest. Just mm, let's go. Um, so we have this liquidity up here. I'm not. You know, this PA is also for me a little bit boring. Um, there was a good move yesterday morning in the AM session. You know, my model, my 10-4. I talk about it a lot, but it's also 410. And yesterday it was a clear um, 10-4 or 410 for me. So that was very mechanical. I just went in and out, and then I was done for the rest of the day. I didn't trade anything after that move. I tried in PM session, but I could not really. It was very. I tried a few stabs, and then I was like, I don't like you. Um, but yeah, I was looking at this inversion here yesterday, or it wasn't it's not an inversion yet, right? Or it is an inversion now. We went down, up, and let's see if it goes down. But we are going up from here. So yeah, I think we have some up movement for London maybe. So let's see. I do want to frame a good trade. I don't think I'm going to trade my live in this session yet. I think that will be in the AM and PM session. I just want to warm up a little bit. I'm also a little bit distracted by the monkeys. I have to be honest. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really loud. They're really, you know, they play around and there's nothing serious, but it's just distracting me a little bit. It's a lot of noise, so I just want to just a little bit. Yeah, it does impact me a little bit. So yeah, just give me some feedback if you can hear it. Just want to know how much you can pick up on noises. I would love to know. So I had some mic issues as well yesterday. People were telling me, giving me feedback that they couldn't hear me properly. So I did some adjustment. I would really also let me know if the mic is if it's giving some issues as well again. It's very minimal. Okay. Okay. So it is a noise canceling mic. So it should, that's good to know. So that is, yeah. Well, if it's minimal here, I mean, I can tell you it's quite loud here. They're really it's like a lot. I think they are, a lot of babies and yeah, but they're extremely cute. I love them. I truly love them. I always enjoy when I have my coffee. I have a little rooftop here, and they know me now, so they know, when I have my coffee there, they do. In the beginning, they go off, but now they join me on the rooftop and they sit around. They don't come too close, obviously, but and it's just nice to see them interact and just we can learn a lot from animals, how to behave, I think, and how not to behave, I guess. Okay, let's get into Prop A. Come on, don't be distracted. Um, I don't want to be distracted. I just want to have a look at the 4 hour because it always gives me a lot of information. Now, we've got news. So we have a no news. At least they make me laugh and smile. Yeah, I mean they make me happy, and animals and nature makes me happy, and I'm always happy. I'm most of the time happy. And being on street, actually, just being here, I really enjoy it, and just uh, chatting with you guys, and just going over analysis, and it's really nice to do. And I'm actually really enjoy it. So it's all good. Yeah. But it makes me more happy when we have good traders. Let me just, here we go. I think if I would be really annoyed or in a bad mood, I might not even go on stream. If you know you cannot be uh, happy or really, you cannot like, if, for example, really something bad is going on in your life and you really, I don't think it's worthwhile. People really are not really eager to. I mean, what's the point, right? To see someone being sourpuss and just being yeah, I guess. But anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Now, I like what I'm seeing here because, we have a wick, we have a lower wick, and we obviously have this here. So yesterday, we took out this. So if we would go higher, this would be my next point of liquidity. We have a point of liquidity here. And the question is, are we going to reject in one of those, reject in those wicks again? So that's the point. Um, it's a no news Tuesday, so thinking about the weekly profile already, um, it's a little bit difficult to already to get it really clear. But we do have news tomorrow and then the rest of the week. So I'm just thinking like, what if the weekly profile is that we're going to have a most likely a boring day today because it's going to wait for the news. Then either we're going to um, I do think we're going to take this out this week. What do you think, Kira? I think so. I think that now it's been 3 weeks now. It's been working its way up. Um, so I do think it's going to use the news, but we're going to get some manipulation to the downside, either all the way into this area here and then reject from here and go back up, or we're going to go all the way up and we're going into price discovery. Again, we're going to go all-time highs, but I find it really hard to believe that not going to do it this week. Um, in the coming 4 days, right? So, um, so anyway, yeah. So I love, I said that as well yesterday. I love Mondays and Tuesdays when they are just in ranges. I use the NWOGs and the event horizons a lot. But yesterday we did not have that because um, it went above the highest NWOG. So it was quite hard to use that. So I'm actually thinking if we go into the range today, we have an inside day. The NWOGs and the event horizons might come out handy. Like for example, we take out some liquidity here and we go back into the range. Then those green, some are really small. This is a small one. This one is here, and we have one here. If that might happen, so imagine we might go a little bit higher and then it goes down. Then I'm looking at all these levels and the midpoints. My indicator uh, provides the event horizon. So once price movement goes into this area, it will show me, and then those levels are very good use to me. So that's something that if we go back into the range, I don't really care. Then I just ping pong between those ranges, and yeah. They already posted on the White House that access at all-time highs. Oh, they did? Okay. At all-time highs. Ah, well, yeah, okay. So, well, we know that it's going to go there, right? I mean, it's pretty clear, but it's sort of like, yeah, it's not really technically at all-time highs yet. We still have some room to go. They just disregard over 150 points, right? Okay, well, we're already there. Okay. Well, if the White House page has shown it, then I guess we know what is. Oh, monkeys! Stop it! They have some fruits, and you can hear them throwing the fruits on the roof, throwing at each other probably. Yeah. Just yeah. So I would, okay. So this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think if the White House has posted that already, um, I'm just wondering, for me, I want the low resistance move, but it is just it's not showing its hand at the moment. I really would like a good rejection somewhere, or like a move to the downside, and then for example, let's say we have a little gap here, right? And but yeah, it doesn't need to go below this order block. Oh, I'm just looking at this price action. So what I also have noticed, like if we get these wicks, right, one, two, most of the times it's a third wick, and then it takes it out. Oh, we do have 3 wicks here. Oh, let's go. Let's have a look. I mean, we see a good trade. We have a bias, so we are biased to the upside, but we can always expect movement to the downside as well. So it's easy to move in, settle in there. Is it easy to move in, settle in there? What do you mean? You mean where I live, or you mean moving in South Africa? I'm moving to the bush. So actually, I don't live in the. I used to, in Hoedspruit. It's really. I live. I'm going back there at some point, but this is actually a very small beach town, coastal town. which has a forest, nature reserve behind it. So the houses are just behind the nature reserve. So that's why we have the monkeys. But we don't have the animals like I have in Hoedspruit. So there I have giraffes. I live in like a you can live in a big four, big five reserve, but you can also live in a reserve where you just have like impalas. Well, we have the occasional leopards, obviously, and just roaming animals, but not the big five like elephants, lions, and stuff like that. So I actually come from Hoedspruit area, so I'm used to, when I go do my groceries, I pass a couple of giraffes and things like that. But here it's mainly the monkeys and just some other small things. We have some zebras walking around in the park, but it's very managed. It's just maintained. But yeah, no, you can move in. South Africa, it's easy to, but you have to be more vigilant in the areas where you want to live because where I live is not really dangerous, but you do have break-ins and stuff like that where you have everywhere. But if you live in the cities, the big towns, it's a little bit different. People have bars. The only thing that I have to worry about here is monkey break-ins. That's all. I'm not worried about other break-ins here. But yeah, I think it's South Africa has a lot of opportunity and it's a beautiful country. It's very diverse in nature. I love nature. I love the bush. Bush is my favorite place. So I'm going to Kruger in a few days, end of the month, beginning of the next month, and so I won't be streaming then. Yeah. So and then I'm going to be back in 4 days. So I need my bush treat. So yeah, let me just have a look at the charts. I'm not really interested at the moment because I just don't know. We're near these wicks. I don't know if it's going to take it out or we're just going to reject here. So I just want more information. Let's see. So when do you think is it going to do in the AM session in the opening that it's going to take out the liquidity, or is it going to do it in London? If they already posted it on the White House page, they should do it actually before US wakes up, right? That's actually really weird that they say it. That they are technically at hovering around all-time highs, but it did not take it out. So we like that they have said that. So, but we just also want a good trade. We want to have a good entry. I just want to check a few things so I do have another few things that I use for analysis. I need to go to my other. Okay, let me see. Okay. I'd like to wait for AM session. There's nothing exciting. No, I agree. I agree. But you know what? What I do like about these London session, even though when there's not any good trade, it gives you a lot of information. So, for example, if it goes, you can, already see clearly maybe because it formed specific liquidity and you can expect certain manipulation to certain levels. So even though we don't frame a trade, we get a lot of intel for the AM session, which helps us, catch that move very smoothly. So I don't really mind. Exactly. They're engineering right now. I agree. So I'm with you all there, but sometimes we have a good move at 4 or when you have a lot of consolidation. Okay. Enough now, monkeys. Move on. Go back to the other house. We had a little bit of this move here. I don't know. We might go up to maybe 23,867-ish and then go back into the range. We'll see. But even though it goes up there, I'm not interested in that move as well. I'm going to wait for my AM session and PM session moves. So we have a flat bottom 4-hour candle here. I think at 3 a.m. they're going to drop it. Yeah. I agree. It's always around 3:30ish, right? They always make a nice move. Let's see. I think we can see it coming. If they would go into this little wick here. Twenty-three, 23. Yeah, I agree with you. You know why? On the 3-minute, it's a gap. It's a small, very small gap. 23,858. You see here? Yeah. And do we have any other confluences there? 23,858. I do think if it does hit that level, I mean, we might have a wick a little bit higher to 23,867-ish before it goes further down. Let's see. It, 23,870. So I think the sound is better now, right? That's because I got rid of the. Apparently, I had still because I added the music last week. This Phoebe cable was messing up my mic a little bit, but I did have the music through OBS, and that's the way it's supposed to be, to have the music not go over your mic, because then you get like it's distorts. But then for some reason it didn't work well. It messed up with my mic, but I didn't delete all the settings correctly. So that's why the last 2 days there were some issues, or it was Monday, yesterday. There were some issues with the sound a little bit. So I hope today it's better because I deleted everything. But I do want to get the music back on. So I still have to figure out how I can do that without still having the quality of the mic being the same like it is now. So still working on that. I think it's nice to have, especially on days like this and when we're just, analyzing and going over charts and just preparing ourselves for a good move later today. It's nice to have some background music, but all in progress. I really appreciate you guys being here, to be honest. I really enjoy the first 4 weeks. It's the start of this new channel, right? So, yeah, it's been really, it's been a really nice experience so far. I really enjoy it, and I'm not going to go anywhere. Yeah, I'm going to continue doing it. So that's it. And I'm looking forward. ICT mentioned that he's coming back to give some teachings, and it's going to be university level style. So I'm really looking forward to that. What he's going to share. Yeah, it's always good to get more insights, right? I always enjoy that. So. We're never done learning. Never done. think the biggest thing to really learn is patience and learn how to do not to do something at certain levels. I mean, that got me. If I look at my trading, that was actually the hardest thing for me to master, to not to trade and be to sit through these moments and just be okay with it. And even on stream, I don't feel any pressure. I thought maybe, oh, if I go on stream and I'm in a trade and I know, I enter and it's not the correct one, how am I going to feel? And yesterday was a good example. I had a little bit of thought. I thought we were going to the upside, but I looked at the trade and I was like, no, I've got conflicting data. I'm going out. I'm getting out. So during the stream, I got out and I was really like, no, it feels, I really just follow my gut feeling. And it was a good thing I went out because it didn't go up any further. It went down to that level, almost to that level that I thought it would go down to. And that level now is on my chart for, I believe it's a manipulation move. It's going to go there, like a nice large wick. So, yeah. If this is a point of liquidity and it just doesn't go into it, right? And we do grab liquidity here, but it just doesn't reach this level. And we have also the orange line that you see there. Let me take it. Let's do it on the 1 minute because it's the clearest. Now, where are you on the 1 minute? On the 1 minute, it's here. It's the same as where we have a 8:30 opening price, which is also a significant price. Plus, we have a midnight. The dashed line that you see here is an old midnight line. So, and the orange line is the first presented fair value gap of a London session. We have a new one just printed. Oh no, we are not printed yet because we are printing it after 3 Eastern, 3 a.m. Eastern. So you see, and it's also with the 4 o'clock. And my 4 o'clocks, you will hear me talk about 4 o'clock a lot, guys. So this level has become significant for me. It was yesterday already, but we didn't reach it, right? I said 750. Yeah, it's a little bit lower. So it's 753. So this level is definitely on my radar for today. Maybe even 753. That means 100 points below. It might not go today, but yeah. So I always leave those. Sometimes what I do, if I use those opening range gaps a lot. And you see I still have the measurements of that opening range gap here. Because we're going to get a new one today, right? At 9:30, it's going to give a new gap, the one that's is the difference from the range from 4:15 when the market closed and the open at 9:30. So obviously there are new ones. But if we haven't filled it, these levels are quite important because you will see that price trades to them very significantly, and it does use them as support and resistance. So I always leave them up for the week, for the time being. And especially yesterday, we just had one wick at 9:30. We only had a wick going into that range, and then we went out of it. And we technically just went into the range a little bit, and we didn't even touch the 25% of the range. So the opening range gap of yesterday is basically still totally unfilled. Just for a tiny bit. So that gives me a lot of information as well. And this gray line is the first presented fair value gap after midnight, and you see how it clearly went into it here yesterday at 8 o'clock. So yeah, I use them a lot. First presented, and the fact that it didn't hit it here tells me even more. So makes me actually very excited to see those things. I'm gonna change mine. Are we going now? So we're in the we're in a macro time. Macro time. Let me measure this 4-hour wick. $859 and 866 is the midpoint. What did I just say? That other level, if we go higher, you might go into, yeah, so I do see it go to 866-ish level. If we make a spike to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised we are going to make it up all the way to 866-ish, or maybe even 878-ish. I'm not interested in any of the move. I'm just watching. I might take a paper trade, but I'm not really interested in this slow move. But we're we're going near. Sorry, guys. We're going near 3 o'clock. What do you see? What is it? But so far, we're just working. We just accumulation, manipulation. You know this song? It's a Cliff Richard song. Um, na 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 na. And then it got into my head when, because I always look for AMD, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And we were on stream. I was doing a stream at I was on a trading coach somewhere, and we were on a stream with we were together with 3 other coaches, and I was always saying accumulation, manipulation. And then suddenly this song came into my head, and then it was like accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution make us the happiest people we can be. So that's sort of like always in my head when I'm thinking, okay, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, because that's really my fate. I mean, I just, it really gets me really excited when you sit through accumulation and you can really you can see the manipulation happening, and then you're ready for the distribution phase, right? But for me, that's basically week 3. A lot of the times, end of week 2, week 3, those moves are happen most of the times. Then when I have my larger distribution moves and I go in a little bit bigger. So yeah, and I guess also we're getting a monthly power 3. We are at the 5th. What date are we in? Next week. Yeah, we can get our monthly power 3. So we also have to look always at the higher time frame, right? What area are we in on the weekly and the monthly basis? Are we in a accumulation phase? I mean, that's why also ICT doesn't trade specific months and times. It's not interested. It looks like we're just creating liquidity. 257. We still have 3 minutes before 3 o'clock. Let's see. Let's see. What are you gonna do? Okay. We're gonna get some volatility incoming after these. Are we going to have some volatility to the downside, or are you going to spike up a little bit and then go to the downside, or are you just going to go straight down? Ah, leg je lekker, popje. Oh, you're so cute. So we've got midnight at 839. I would find it odd if it already goes down in the midnight level. I think it will move away a little bit further from midnight and then go back into it later. The daily open is here. The daily open and settlement price are really close together today. So it went through it. 144. Okay. Choo, 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 choo. Choo, 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 choo. Choo, 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 choo. So summer's starting here again. So we're getting out of winter. So you might start seeing me sweat more behind the on camera. I love the heat, by the way. Yeah, so I need to do more. I'm gonna walk a little bit more between the because it's morning here. And when the session is done, I'm just gonna do some hiking around the area. We've got nice hiking areas and the beach and stuff like that. So I have to do a little bit more workout. So something I'm noticing right now, because I mark my 4 and 10 o'clocks. Price is sort of like hovering above the previous or 10 o'clock yesterday AM session, because I extend them, right? And it's always very funny to see that now it's using the old 10 o'clock price. It's sort of hovering around that area. 1 past 3. Are you gonna do it at 3 past 3? Yes. Are you? Are you? We're gonna get manipulation to the downside and then a little bit up. Is that what you're going to do, NQ? You're going into a little breaker. It's not going to be a large range extension until 340. There we go. Are you going to make some move now? Okay, that's okay. Are you waking up? Are you waking up? Okay, I want to see how far it goes into this wick. Choo, 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 choo. A little bit. 858, right? You already said it. On the 3-minute, it has a gap, not on the 5-minute, right? Page 60. See, guys, you don't want to be in this price section. You do not want to be in it. You might get a move. You might get a few points. Just wait. Use your ammo for later today. This is just extremely boring. And yeah, there might be one little, there might be a spike down and there might be a 20 to 50 point move, but we're going to get much better this week. I'm sure we are. The moves that you can really prepare for, you can really see it coming. You just need a specific if-then statement, and then it's, forming itself, and you have a very good risk reward. Your drawdown is minimal, and it just goes straight up into your TP, and you can fill your stop on the way up. And even though it will wick down, it's already a positive trade. Those are the trades you wanna waste your energy on. I think. So I'm. But I don't agree with people that if they say, "Oh, there's no news, so there's no good entries." I don't agree with that, because there can still be a lot of good opportunities on no news days as well. But it just depends on how things are. Like for example, Friday we did not really. There was so much manipulation to the downside. You could expect on Monday, even though there was no news, that we could get another spike into that liquidity zone on the left. So, and it was no news. But then today, I'm going to be more vigilant, because we had a good run up and we have no news. But then again, because apparently on the White House page, it's already mentioned that we're at all-time high. I get, okay, we might get another very interesting no news day today. So let's see. But then, what worries me, if we do have that today, and we have news, are we going to go down a lot? Because we do have some equal lows to the downside on the 1 hour, especially. There was like 1,000 points lower. Well, okay, we don't, it could be, but it doesn't really matter. I actually trade down days better than up days, to be honest. I do better on bearish moves than bullish moves for the larger moves. And if it goes down, it can. We've seen strange things happen. We have seen 800 points in one day. It goes down 1,000 and goes up the next day 800 something. So we don't care. We just trade whatever it shows us. Okay, now give some movement. Give us some movement. We want to see some movement. So what I do notice on the 4 hour, this is the 4 hour, right? Is that you have one wick here and this liquidity has been taken out. So is it highly likable that it's going to go over this wick straight away? What I've seen in my journaling, if we see a wick here and a wick that's higher, so that means it took out this liquidity, right? We might see a rejection point. It's going to use this wick at first as a rejection point 1 or 2 times before it makes its way up, right? So that's what you call high resistance. Now, it doesn't have to. It can just blast through it. But that's why I mark it, and I'm using these levels, and I use 1/4 and 1/3, as you can see. And so I just want to make sure that I've done it correctly. And for me, the 4 hour ones are very significant. Sometimes I use the one on the 1 hour, but from my experience, 4 hours give me pretty good information I can rely on. And just see if you have other confluences like fair value. If you go to the lower time frame and you just check, what do I see? Is there other points of interest? Um, are we going into, have we taken out external liquidity? Are we going into internal liquidity? Do we have a small fair value gap here? No, we don't on the 4 hour. Let me see. I'm gonna leave this one on here because this one is still significant for me. Just want to check something. I want to see this wick. The high is 830.25. The low 830.50. Interesting. So we have one tick in between. So these two wicks here, I'll take it. I'll take this one away. I can always put it back on. This wick here and this wick, there is a gap of one tick here, right over here. 830.50. Okay. I like to look for these things. I'm a little bit of a nerd, as you can see, so I look for these little things. I normally write them down. I try not to mark too much things on my charts. I do have other charts that are so full I couldn't even. There was feedback that I got from some people that were on stream. They said, you'll be fine, but you need to clean your charts a little bit if you do it on stream. Okay, I got you. You know what? I don't mind watching all that data, but I guess when you just like, what the hell is she looking at? So I took that feedback for granted. But yeah, I would love to know if people are like, oh no, you can put more things on your chart. I don't mind. I'll definitely put more things on my chart that I look at. But for now, I'm just trying to keep it as clean as possible. But I can put a lot more on the charts and talk about it. Yeah. I guess when you do these streams and you talk and you're talking to people, I guess you have to like to talk, I guess. But technically, I'm a little bit of an introvert. But I guess then because I'm talking to people that I'm not, I know you're here, but you can't really say anything, but you can type something. But I want to try to get people on, maybe by voice. I think that's a nice thing to do, a nice feature. So I want to do that as well. And then people can, instead of typing it in the chat, they can, by voice, just say what they are looking at and what their analysis is. And I think that would be nice, right? What do you think, SMC Charger? Would you like to, if I would have that opportunity, would you like to just go on with voice? It doesn't have to be with camera, but just, instead of typing, you just go over your analysis and just chat about it. I like that. So then I don't have to listen to my own voice all the time. Here we go. We're getting into the wick. 860-ish. Yeah. We're out of the macro now. Okay, 12. Yeah, 867, 866. So we're just going into that gap, right? That little small gap in that 5-minute fair value gap that was mentioned. We're just in there, and we hit you can see it hit that 66, the 1/3 level on that 4-hour wick. So we have two confluences on that area. Now I can blast through it. And then maybe at 3:30 we might get a. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Let's see if we get the 3:30 reversal. Because I wanted to see it reject somewhere from here, right? We have a little bit more juice to go to the upside, but Let's see. I think I can make a, if you have any idea how I can do that, it could be just open up some line and then it goes over the microphone, right? That wouldn't be too difficult. And then it's just maybe like a Zoom meeting or something. Yeah, give me some suggestions how how I can do that. Because it makes it more interactive, right? Now I'm the one that's talking. So I've set up a Zoom meeting or a Google meeting, and then it goes over the mic, I guess. We can just try it. We're just gonna try it. I'm gonna work on it, and then I'll let you know. And then we just have yeah, I like that because that makes it really interactive. Yeah, and then you can do it with camera too, but I think that's just you have to set it up, and then it has to be like a whole stream. But I don't think that's it's just I think voice will be fine, and then we can go people can go on and off. So yeah, I'll get back to that. I'll sort that out today, maybe for the PM session. Because I'm just by myself and I'm just talking, and then I'm like, oh. Okay, so we're going higher. Let's see how high we're gonna go. I might get interested in a short at some point if we are going to reject from the 4-hour wick. So I did mention like if we go higher, we could go all the way up to 23,867-ish, and maybe even 23,879. What is the midpoint? Where are we? The midpoint is 867-ish. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, my TP would be 867-ish for this move. Hey, what do you? But if it's going to go higher, I mean, then we have to. Maybe it's just going to blast through the whole week. Could be. But we had 4-hour, 1, 2, 3. We're in the fourth 4-hour candle. This 4-hour candle is until 6, so we still have. What is this candle going to do? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-hour candles on this move up, and we are in the fourth, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 with one order block. We're respecting this order block. On the White House official paper, we just heard, we got news that they already communicated that we're at all-time high. So I would presume they're going to bring it to all-time high before US wakes up, right? Okay. Did we hit the 50%? Yes, we hit it. 317. All right, is it a turtle soup to the short side? I'm going to go to around 1 minute here. This might be a turtle soup entry, but I'm not entering. A M D. It's actually short, to be honest. I mean, if you want to smoke, but 50% of a weight, but I'm just gonna wait. We're not in macro at all. Just see it on the 15-minute if I can spot anything. Yeah. Actually, I mean, I would normally enter this one here, but it might just blast through. But on the other hand, if I go in with a short, my stop loss is very tight. It's just above the wick, so it's a very small. If I enter here, 6.165 is a very small stop loss. I'm gonna paper trade this. Okay. This is just a paper trade, guys. I'm not in my. I'm doing my live, and I will share that. I'm 400 up on my live since yesterday. I'm going to share that more. Stop loss just above this wick. It's a very and my TP. Oh, I have not even thought about my TP. Just gonna take it to midnight, I guess. Why? It could be wrong. It just could blast through it. But A, M, D. But the manipulation can be higher. But I'm taking into account that we reached half that midpoint of this one, but it could go a little bit higher and make it a wick, right? So that's always something to think of. It's a paper trade. I usually don't do. I tend to be more. Um, I want more information, so but just 319. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do the one tick above it. It's a paper. No real. I just want one tick above. Accumulation, manipulation. Is this the end of the manipulation move? Is this a manipulation Now 320 can be, it's not technically a macro, but you do see a continuation of a move, or it could be most of the times it's a continuation move. Okay, I'm gonna put a turtle. This is technically, where's my turtle? I think this would qualify as a turtle soup entry, right? If it's correct. Do we really hit that 50% or not? Mm. Either it's going to stop me out or it's a nice turtle soup entry. Turtle soups are always risky because you always can be too early. So there's a higher, that's why I paper trade it because I usually don't do it because, you're just either too early and I might have, if you put this a little bit too long, then it might just go a little bit higher into this area and then go down. So that's why I'm paper trading it. But it did hit the 0.5, the midpoint of that wick, but it could still wick a little bit higher. And then again, if I'm thinking about the 4 o'clock candle, I'm like, what is it going to do, right? Is it going to go? But it could still, manipulate to the downside in this 4 hour candle and still go up further. This could just be a small move to the if it goes to the downside at all. I could as well be wicked up. So we'll see. It is a turtle. It moves like a turtle. Um, if it's not even turtle soup, it doesn't move. I'm gonna put it. You are a bloody turtle, NQ. 325. 325. You're gonna just one move higher and then go down. Is that what you're going to do, or are you just gonna move up because the White House said you are going to go to all-time highs? That's fine. We don't mind because then we're going to get another good trade from you because we like you, NQ. You give us pleasure. Yeah, you don't want to trade any live funds in this price of China, to be honest. But then again, it's always nice to play around. Right? Wait for 330. I agree. I agree. But it's a paper trade. It's okay. I agree. It looks like it wants to go a little bit higher, right? It's tapping into that. That's what I'm looking at. Is the 4 hour. It doesn't look like it really wants to. Look, it's going to go. Let's see. 26. Yeah, I have this other level that I mentioned that's a little bit higher that I think it's going to go to. Yeah, stop me out. You need to go higher. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Um, 330, 333 are always significant. We have a daily high. Yesterday's high is at 888. 888. And yeah, 878. 894. This might be, yeah, this might be, so we have to go to a little bit lower. We go. $3.28, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes to go. Let's see. How do you look on the 5? Do we see? So we got the first percent fair value gap of the London session is right over here. So the structure looks a little bit more bullish to me, to be honest, than bearish. We're almost there at 3:30. A few more seconds. Oh, here we go. Okay, now let's see. This is going to be the move down. That looks very bullish. $8.74. I think we should see some form of rejection here. Either it's going to be in consolidation or it's just going to be a little move down. Because on the 15 we also have like an order block, a bearish order block. It either needs to go. Oh, it's already in this order block. Oh yeah, okay, we're at the half point of that order block as well. Okay. I would really like to see a little bit of a rejection here, to be honest. I mean, I know it's, but it could be like because of that White House thing, but I would like to see some rejection here. But it might be in a hurry before the US wakes up, right? Oh shit, we have already put it down on the White House. Oh, damn. Okay, well, bring it up now. Bring NQ up. Yeah, no, don't bring it down. Don't do your normal thing. Just go up. Before people wake up at 5 o'clock Eastern. Rejection. Come on, show us some rejection. Show us rejection. Bring it up to the 1 minute, 1 hour here. I just want to see how we still have half an hour to go. Yeah, it looks like an expansion candle, right? I don't think it's going to go anywhere else than up. Yeah. The 1 hour was very bullish, so we still have half an hour to go. $8.74. We could still be in a rejection block and go to $8.74 or even $8.77. Look, if this is the move for the 313 move, it's just this is the way it's going to move. It's just horrible. You don't want to be in this. It's hardly moving, eh? Yeah. There we go. Oh, nice spike up. Now we are really working our way through that 4-hour wick, right? We're almost at the top. Yeah, so definitely it's going to go up to it's going to take out the daily high now. Are you? It's going to go to 888. And the weekly high is at 902. But yeah, I'm not in this move. I didn't take it. I wasn't interested. But we've got the first percent. Yeah, are we here? It's a high now. 888. Here we go. 885. Now we reject. Okay, here we go. We're done with the macro. Yeah, so I didn't take out the high yet. It's just creating another wick. So let's see what's going to do next. Yeah, I'm not in a trade right now, guys. I do think we're gonna go. We're not gonna take anything out yet. But then again, because of the White House news, could be. Okay. Look, if we have a no news Tuesday and we're gonna take out all these highs. I hope they will leave it actually for the AM session, to be honest. But look at this 4-hour candle now. Ooh, looks very, very bullish. Yeah, we could have, let me see, we're almost, no, we're still not done with the 4-hour. 2 hours to go. Is this the candle that's going to take out that high? Let me check something. I want to check something. So we're creating an equal low now on the 1 hour. Or equal high, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a short entry. Figure 8. Okay, you are not of any significance anymore because you have done your work. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the downside. So how far down? No. We have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This is the manipulation, number 5. So we have the manipulation already in this area, and we're just in distribution phase. Nice distribution to the downside now. At 3:38, so it's the end of the run. Um, I need to run some errands. I need to end the stream because I need to do some stuff. But I'll be back later today. I might even start earlier. I like to watch the prize action, but I really need to go. So yeah, it's 3:46 and got a few more minutes left. Then I'm just gonna end it. So it's looking very juicy at the top there, right? I mean, it's creating some equals, and we have low resistance. Now all these nice trendline liquidities on the higher time frame. So, okay, I need to run. So I want to thank you for joining me. I'll set up the voice open lines. I have to think how that's the best way to do it, and I'll let you know. And I'll see you later today, perhaps, and otherwise tomorrow at London again. Because today it's Tuesday, right? So, okay, I wish you a pleasant day. Go touch some grass if you can, or just enjoy the day. And we'll see each other later. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye.